Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast, bud.
What's up, gang? Welcome to the G.R.I.N.D. Simon Arias here. Get ready, it's a new day. What's up, gang? Welcome to another episode of the G.R.I.N.D. Get ready, it's a new day. And we're going to be talking about H.E.A.T today. H.E.A.T. Haters, endurance, accountability, and trust. Let's bring the heat. And so the first one is haters. There's no way, first of all, congratulations if you got some haters. This is a difficult process for everybody that goes from one level to the next level and for the first time, and they start realizing all these people start hating on them, and it's hard to not take it personal. But to be a professional, you have to learn to block out the distractions and block out the haters and almost look at it as part of the territory. I mean, this was a tough one for me. My upbringing was aggressive when people would say something about you or, make a comment that you didn't like or, just feel like if you're disrespected, you got to combat everybody and combat everything. And while I do, I got respect. This is the way I was. So it ain't like I don't understand. And I get it. But to go to the next level, you don't have time to focus on what somebody else is saying about you, what somebody else is doing. It's almost like the example that I give of a professional, let's say LeBron James playing basketball, and he's playing not in LA, he's playing in Boston. And there's people screaming from the stands something negative, something about his mama, something like that. I mean, people you think, oh man, you go to my mama, that's off limits. And believe me, I get it. I'm a mama's boy, and I get it. Those are fighting words. But as a professional, you can't come up off the court and go meta world peace on them, run our tests on them, and jump up into the stands as a professional. And so you're going to have to learn to go to the next level. Have you ever seen a hater doing better than the person that they're hating on? Most of the time, not. Sure, there's instances out there, but usually the haters are not doing better than the person that they're hating on. That's why they are where they are, because they got time to deal with. They're staying down with the pigeons and the chickens, and they're not flying up there with the eagles. And so, first of all, congratulations. Don't sweat it. Every professional goes through it. Everybody that goes to the next level goes through it. You are not alone. This is if you haven't gone through it, you will. Embrace it. Stay above it. Take it with a grain of salt and smile, because that's a good sign that you might be making it. Now, there's another part to haters where you can use them not only as motivators, because I do, but you got to ask yourself, are they right? Because there's things you can learn from it. And so I don't internalize hate unless it's from people that are really close to me. If people that are close to me want the best for me, I'll more consider those people. But you can learn things from your haters and start at, man, maybe there is a part that they're right that you can learn, and they're still hating, but there's something you can learn. Or you in your mind can start thinking that these people are haters, but they're really just trying to look out, for you. So you got to be able to decipher those things. But either way, part of you bringing the heat, part of the process of going to the next level is you will have haters. And my first words to you will be, congratulations, my friend, on your way up there, because that's how you knew that's how you know you're doing something and making an impact and going to the next level. The next one, the E, is going to be endurance. So endurance, you got to have stamina. In order, this is a race to greatness. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon to where you want to go. Greatness don't happen overnight. Greatness don't happen in a year. It happens over time, over days when no one's watching you, evenings when no one sees you, Mornings when you don't feel like it, months when you don't feel like it, when you're going through a bad time, when you're going through adversity, you're going through, it's about being able to endure and continue to move forward, because this is a marathon. And so you got to be able to run like that marathon runner and have endurance. You can't just be, this ain't a 100-meter dash to your dreams. This is a marathon. This is a consistent pace that you need to be able to keep up, because so often you got people flash, they're here for a minute and then they're gone the next day. It's not about getting hot. It's about, can you stay hot? The people that make the Hall of Fame, the people that go and really get and accomplish things, they're the people that consistently do it over and over and over and over and over again. You know, I love the one video they had of Nick Saban explaining toughness, and he started talking about hurricane windows and how they describe how expensive the windows are, how good they are, is it's what does it take in order to break you? What does it take in order to break that window? That's toughness. To me, endurance takes toughness, because you're not always going to feel like running. I mean, at some point, running, you start getting tired, things start breaking down, and you got to have a little bit of toughness about you, that even when endurance to me is being able to run the race even when things aren't perfect for you. It's about having consistency. You can't accomplish greatness without being consistent in the process. And so how are you consistent in the process if you have an emotional reaction to everything somebody says or does or something that happens in your life? Over the course of 5 years chasing your dream, people are going to die. You're going to get sick. There's going to be breakups. Your best person's going to backstab you or quit on you. There might be an adjustment in the way that you got to do business. COVID hits. There has to be things that you have to endure on the journey, in the process, in order to make it to where it is that you want to be. And that requires you to be consistent, not emotional. That means I'm showing up regardless of how I feel. Sometimes I'm going to just get this job done. I'm not going to be hot for a week. I'm about to be hot for the month. I'm about to be hot for the quarter. I'm about to be hot for the year. I'm about to be hot for 5 years. I'm going to endure. Endurance means endure. Can I endure pain? Can I endure adversity? Can I endure hot? Can I endure cold? People got excuses every month. Oh, it's too cold. Oh, it snowed out. It rained out. It's Valentine's Day. That's why the month. Oh, it's Martin Luther King Day. It's Independence Day. It's 4th of July. It's my birthday. It's my boo's birthday. It's my mom's birthday. It's Thanksgiving this month. It's Christmas this month. It's all these excuses. It's Memorial Day. You're going to have all these things, distraction, and you got to make excuses or you got to make it happen, but you can't do both. You can't make excuses and make it happen. So we got to have endurance to go through things, to endure when obstacles, adversities, things don't go your way, and get through that stuff. And the next step to that is that A piece in the heat, accountability. And the first place of accountability you got to have is into yourself. No BCD. No BCD. This is from Urban Meyer's book, Above the Line. Blaming, complaining, and defending is below the line. Not accepting responsibility. Those are not actions of a champion. So above the line is other things and taking responsibility, but below the line, not winning attributes, blaming others. I didn't win the game because you did this or this happened or that happened. No blaming. Blaming don't get you championships. Complaining for damn sure don't get you no championships. Oh, I got a headache. I don't feel good. My stomach hurts. My foot hurts. This is a problem. Oh, the company did this to me. My leader did that. My girl did this. Nobody wants to hear that. It ain't going to make you successful. And then defenders. Blaming, complaining, defending as to why you're not getting results, and defending yourself of, oh, no. This, it ain't me, it's this. It ain't me. If this didn't happen to me, I would be further along. If this person didn't do this to me, I would be further along. If that didn't happen, then we would be better. We would. At some point, you got to take self accountability for where you are in order to change it. That's why when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, when you go to AA, the first thing they have you do is they have you stand up, you say your name, and you say, hello, my name is Simon Arias, and I'm an alcoholic, and then you move forward. Why? It's taking responsibility and accountability, because you can't change something that you don't accept is your current reality. And that you are where you are because of the way you are. So the first place you got to look at is in the mirror. You have to take accountability. You got to be accountable for your actions. You got to be accountable for your attitude. It's your life. Take accountability for your life, your attitude, where you're at, what's going on in order to win. You want to bring the heat? This is part of it. Accountability. And then once you got yourself accountable, because if you can't take accountability, you can't give accountability. How the hell am I going to give accountability, but I can't take no accountability? That's a recipe for disaster. You can't give accountability and not be accountable yourself. That's hypocrisy. In order to influence other, you yourself need to be able to be influenced. In order to hold others accountable, you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. And so you have to be able to go to the next level. You got to be able to hold other people accountable in leadership. Your kids accountable to their actions of, here's what we said we were going to do, and this is what we did. Is that helping us or hurting us? Is this part of the plan or not part of the plan? What do we agree on? Because for people to be their best, they got to be accountable. They got to take some accountability. And so you got to be giving some accountability, but the accountability has to come with the right delivery based on where that person's at in their life. That's a whole nother leadership lesson. I think that's a whole leadership lesson that I could teach on and talk about is delivery. Just how to deliver things to people so they can take it. Because Maxwell always says that leadership is disappointing people at a rate that they could stand. So if I'm going to lead you, if I'm going to hold you accountable, I gotta do it at a rate that you could stand. What a lot of times comes with delivery. Am I holding accountable a 10-year-old or a 30-year-old? Am I holding accountable somebody that's been in the game for 5 years or somebody that's in the game for 20 years? Do I have a relationship for with this person? But you got to have accountability. And then the last one is trust. You got to trust in the process. And in order to grow, why it says, can you have any good relationship without trust? Really? You can't. If I don't trust you, we can't have a good bond. We can't have a good relationship. And so if you want to have a good relationship with success, you got to trust in success, because success is a process. And so you got to trust in the process. Why do people say trust the process? Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Why do people say that? Why is that a thing? Because you have to trust the process. Trust is something that you don't know 100% for sure, but you have faith in. And so trusting in the process means I'm going to get up. I'm going to do what I got to do consistently without a for sure fact guarantee that I'm going to get the outcome that I want, but you do. You do have a guarantee. You just don't know it. You got to trust it. You got to trust the process. Because if you're doing and embracing the process, because that's what I say, oh, it's not about this, it's about the journey. It's not about where you go and where you end up. It's about who you become. It's embracing the trust of, even if things don't go the way that I want them to go, that's exactly what was supposed to happen to take me to the next level in my life. This is happening for me, not to me, because I trust the process. Because if I'm giving to the process the right things, the process is going to give back to me the right things, but it might not be overnight. You could do all the right things in the process and lose your game. You could do all the right things in the process and lose that fight. You could do all the right things in the process. That's why it's about stamina, endurance. It's about 5 years from today, 3 years from today, 10 years from today, outlasting people. It's not about what's going to happen right now. That's why you got to trust the process, because you can do the right thing sometimes and then not immediately get the result. But over time, it's almost impossible to do the right things over time and get the wrong result. And when it comes to accountability, rewinding a little bit, if you can't take accountability with someone that loves you and cares about you, how the heck are you supposed to handle the accountability that comes from winning or comes from somebody else? Because winning ain't fair. People hate when you win. Life ain't fair. I tell people, like, man, we want to be harder on our kids and on people now, because the life, when you get outside of the house, the world don't care about you the way I care about you. They don't love you the way that I love you. Either you're going to learn the lesson from me or you're going to learn the lesson from life. And we've all been there. People got to learn the hard way. We get it. We all, you didn't just end up where you're at. You can't forget where you came from. But if you want to bring that heat, you got to follow those 4 words. You got to be able to follow, understanding you're going to have haters. Are they right? And then after that, ignore them. Part of the process, celebration. Congratulations, mazel tov, my friend. It means you might be leveling up. You got to have endurance. It ain't going to happen overnight. You're going to go through obstacles. You're going to go through adversity. You're going to go through things that ain't perfect in your scenario. And what happens is people continue to quit things. That's why they never get ahead. It's like, oh, it didn't happen fast enough, or this obstacle happened. If you're tired of starting over, then stop quitting everything. Stop quitting all the time. You got to climb the mountain all over again. There's no free passes. So we got to have endurance. We got to have toughness. We got to have accountability for ourselves in order to have others. No blaming, no complaining, no defending. And we got to have trust in that process, baby. And you got to build trust with others. You can't have a business relationship with people and not build trust with others. How do you build trust with others? Being a man of your word. Being a woman of your word. Delivering. Don't under-promise, over-deliver. Under-promise, over-deliver. Execute what you said you were going to do 99.9% of the time. You're human. You'll fall short sometimes, but when you do, address it, apologize, address it, because you got to build trust with people over time. And they say trust is earned in drops and it's lost in buckets, y'all. So you could earn all this trust over 5 years, 10 years, and then 1 or 2 big things, boom. And you lost all the drops, all the buckets. You got to be careful. You got to grind it out, earn that trust. And the easiest way to earn trust is to try to put others ahead of yourself. At least tie with them. And treat others the way that you would want to be treated. Care about others the way you would want other people to care about you. Serve other people. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's how you build trust. With consistency. If I add another T into that heat, you got to be thankful. You understand that today, as bad as it might be for you, somebody is on their deathbed right now, praying for just one more week. one more day, one more year. Is it really that bad? Are you grateful for waking up today? Are you grateful for being able to hear? Are you Don't lose that spirit of gratitude. Recently, this year has been a new thing for me. I start writing thank you cards. Every single week, I write thank you cards to people to humble myself, take time out, write it with my own hands, and show people gratitude and time out for me. Not me sending them something, not me spending money on them, me spending my time on them, me spending my hands on them, me getting hand cramps from writing thank you cards. Gratitude. You got to have a spirit of gratitude, being grateful. If you want to be great, you got to be grateful. Are you expressing gratitude? When's the last time you expressed gratitude to people that have helped you get to where you are, people that are helping you currently right now? Stay in a spirit of gratitude. Grateful. Wake up grateful. Focus on what you have, not what you have not. Sometimes people get so depressed and so upset because they're focused on what they don't have versus what they do have. In the process of going to want to get more, there's a difference between ambition and always wanting more and never being satisfied in a good way and never being satisfied in a bad way, where you forgot how great you got it. You forgot all the blessings you have in your life. You forgot. I had a friend of mine say, man, he heard something that said, what if you woke up tomorrow with only the things that you thank God for today? And we could just take the God thing out of it. And believe me, I don't like to do that, but I don't want to overwhelm people that are listening. You know where I'm at spiritually. But what if you woke up tomorrow only the things that you showed gratitude for today? And so let's have a spirit of gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, and let's heat them up out there. Haters, endurance, accountability, trust, thankfulness on your way to the top. Thanks for joining us. I want you to share this. Please do me a favor. I know we can help some people together. If you're listening to this, we ain't charging nothing. We ain't making no money. We want to share this with people so we can impact more people. Help me out on that mission. And please share people. Get us more subscribers, people that you know we can impact. Have them hit that subscribe button. Tell them to go ahead and join the movement on the Grindcast. And we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Grindcast. Get ready. It's a new day.
Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast, bud.